On the 18th of February 2023, a police sergeant from the Richland Police Department in Mississippi was on patrol duty. He noticed a vehicle speeding that also had tents that appeared to be darker than what is permitted by law. As is customary in these scenarios, the sergeant gave chase to the speeding vehicle and finally stopped the driver. This encounter started as a usual traffic stop, with both parties complying with one another, and nothing appeared to be out of place.
Hello, sir. You got your driver's license and insurance on you?
Yeah, it's in my pocket.
Sure, go ahead. Y'all doing all right today?
Yeah. Well, my insurance card's on my phone.
Sure, that's fine. Go ahead. Who's your insurance with?
Progressive.
Progressive? Okay.
It should say April 28, 2023.
Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, I see that. All right, well, look, the reason I'm stopping here today, Mr. Alexander, is you're going a little fast. Window tint's a little too dark, okay? The speed limit's 45. I'm doing 45, and you came by me. All right, you're obviously faster than me, about 10 miles over to be in fact. So, also, your window tint's too dark. Where are you headed to today?
I'm just going, why?
Huh?
Why do you want to know why?
Just conversation, just asking where you're going.
McGee.
Huh?
McGee.
McGee? Okay, you coming from Madison? Is that where y'all live, up in Madison? Somebody else come over here to me, please. What's that now?
I'm making sure, like, I live in Richmond.
You live in Richmond? Okay.
So,
Okay. All right, sure. Well, just sit tight for me, okay? I'm tempted. This dude's just nervous as can be.
In the footage, the sergeant approached the vehicle and requested Mr. Alexander to step out for a conversation. There might be some confusion regarding Mr. Alexander's obligation to comply. It's widely accepted that police officers can ask someone to exit their car if they suspect a crime has occurred. In this scenario, Mr. Alexander was reportedly speeding and had excessively tinted windows, which met the criteria. This is where the situation escalates. Observe, as the sergeant pointed out, that Mr. Alexander was about to deplete all the oxygen, suggesting he was extremely anxious and breathing heavily. What began as a routine traffic stop was now evolving into something different.
Pull him out, talk to him. Check a 27 inch. Eight 800-207-504. 800-207-504. Come on, you run the 31 for me, please. Come on. Mr. Alexander, will you step back here and talk to me, please?
I guess I can.
Yeah, please, if you don't mind. You're not under arrest or anything. I just want to talk to you.
Okay, I got a concealed carry permit.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Do you have it on you? Do you have the firearm on you?
Yeah, it's in
Just
my
don't-
waistband. On
Okay, just don't do me a favor. Don't reach for it. That's all I ask. Just keep your hands up there, okay? All right. So I understand it's a traffic stop. Not everybody gets stopped every day, and this can be a little uncomforting for people. I get that. Okay. My concern is that you are about to suck all the oxygen out of the air right now because you're breathing so heavy. All right. You're so nervous. So why would you be extremely or overly nervous with me for a simple traffic stop?
I mean, because I was talking and I was busy, but I didn't know I was speeding.
Okay.
So I wasn't really sure why I was getting pulled over.
Okay. Have you ever been arrested before or anything like that?
Yeah.
Okay. You mind if I ask what for? You can't get in trouble for telling me.
I
I'm
can't
scared.
remember. I mean, I had DUI 20 years ago.
The sergeant began inquiring about Mr. Alexander's past interactions with law enforcement, questioning if he had ever been arrested. This appeared to be an effort to uncover justifications for further escalating the situation. Never forget that you have a Fifth Amendment right in such situations. This right also protects criminal defendants from having to testify in situations where they could incriminate themselves if they testify. So, guilty or not guilty, if you are not in a courtroom under oath, you do not have to say anything to the police, especially in completely voluntary conversations like this one. Because even if you answer in good faith, there is likely to be something incriminating underneath your answer.
Do you got 20 years?
Probably
Okay.
about it.
Okay. All right. When's the last time you were arrested? Do you remember that?
No, it's been probably 20 years.
20 years?
Probably about
Anything
1999.
Anything narcotics related at all?
No.
Or do you wear glasses or contacts?
Contacts.
Okay.
Notice how the sergeant brings up narcotics out of nowhere. The sergeant then made clear his intention to investigate Mr. Alexander for suspected use of narcotics. From this point on, every answer made Mr. Alexander look even worse in the sergeant's eyes.
Are those colored contacts, or are your eyes always that kind of grayish, glassy,
I
a little
got
bit glassy?
green eyes or whatever.
Green eyes? Okay. Are you under the influence of any narcotics or alcohol today?
No, sir.
Okay. Right. So your pupils are like pinpoint, and that's why I asked. So,
I mean,
have you taken
there's
any
a couple
prescriptions
things.
or anything?
You asked me why I was nervous. First of all, I didn't realize I was speeding. So did you get that on radar or?
I paced you. I was right behind you. Actually, you
Okay.
passed me, as I said
I mean, it's
earlier.
possible because I was talking
It's
and we
not
were
possible,
in a
it's fact.
conversation. Okay.
You know, I mean, I wouldn't have just stopped you for nothing. I mean, I'm doing the speed limit and you passed me, so there's that. I mean,
Okay.
that's in my line of work. That's called a clue. When I'm doing the speed limit and you pass me, that would be a very
I mean,
obvious
I can't
indicator of
argue
you.
with you. I like I said, I might have been, but I don't remember. But,
Okay.
okay.
The sergeant abruptly shifted his suspicion from thinking Mr. Alexander was under the influence of drugs to suspecting he had something illegal in his vehicle. The sergeant then asked if he could search the vehicle, but Mr. Alexander firmly refused, stating that he would only allow a search with a warrant. This was a smart move, as it protected Mr. Alexander's rights and prevented the sergeant from finding additional reasons to arrest him, which seemed to be the sergeant's ultimate goal.
And then you're saying about my tent, but
Yep.
I'm pretty sure the tent's not illegal.
Guarantee you it is. The state law is 28%, and that's a lot darker than
front or the
28%.
back?
Any window.
Okay. I just didn't know.
Well, and that's
I mean,
common.
You're asking me why I'm nervous. That's because I was kind of upset. You're asking me where I'm going and where I live, and I don't think that I'm allowed. I don't have to answer that.
You absolutely don't. It's just casual conversation. So, do you have anything illegal in the car today? Anything
No, like
at all?
I said, I got a concealed carry permit, but other
Sure.
than that, I don't have nothing illegal.
Okay, so there's nothing. Would you mind if I look?
No, you may not look
I may not look.
unless you have a search warrant.
Okay. I don't, but
Okay.
I'm simply asking. I mean, your
I
pupils
mean,
are
I
not.
can open up the trunk, I can open the doors up, but I don't want you to go in and look through my car
Okay.
because I don't feel like I have to.
And you absolutely don't. I'm simply see in my line of work. What I do is I love doing this. Okay, I love working in narcotics, and you're giving off a lot of precursors that could potentially lead up to narcotics. I'm not saying that you do, and I'm not saying that you
can
don't.
bring the
If you
dog or
don't, if
whatever.
you don't have anything,
No, I don't have any narcotics. I don't.
And I didn't say
mean,
that you
you're
did.
foaming at the mouth. You're asking me why I'm nervous. I mean, this is ridiculous.
How is
Can I
it-
please have a witness? Do you mind coming closer? Okay.
So there's nothing illegal in the
Are you a
car.
supervisor? Are you a supervisor? May I have a supervisor?
You're talking to him.
Okay. There's nothing illegal in my car
Would
whatsoever.
you like to see my supervisor?
I mean, what's the next step?
I'm
Am
just
I going
simply-
to get a ticket for speeding or what?
That's to be determined. I haven't made up
Okay.
my mind yet. I'm simply asking for. I don't understand why
I
you're
mean,
getting so
more
hostile
than
with
welcome
me.
because the way I'm being treated. I mean,
How are you being treated?
how do I look like I have narcotics?
I didn't
Because
say
I
you
have a
looked like
black
you had
girlfriend?
narcotics. I said you were
that
displaying
why?
indicators.
What are you saying? I have pupils. I'm nervous. I mean, I was upset because you're asking me where I'm going
That was just casual conversation. So here's the
That's
deal. Look,
not
I'm not
your
going to sit here and
business where
argue.
I'm
I'm not going to argue with you. Okay. I'm simply asking
What
a
do you
few
like
questions.
me to do? Do you want me to open the trunk? Do you want me to?
I
let
just
you
asked
look
if you
inside
mind
the
if I
car?
look. You don't have to. You
I
can
don't
tell me
want you
no all day
searching
long.
through it, but
He has one. Just be cognizant of that.
they're saying I have suspicion of narcotics or something.
I didn't.
I mean, you're welcome to look. There's absolutely nothing in here.
Okay.
Absolutely
So
nothing.
would you mind if I look in the phone?
Even though the sergeant clearly lacked the legal right to search Mr. Alexander's vehicle, it's important to understand why. An officer can search your property if there is probable cause, an arrest, or for inventory purposes. Probable cause means the officer believes evidence of a crime is in the car. The sergeant was trying to establish probable cause by looking for reasons to suspect Mr. Alexander of possessing drugs.
I give you the permission to view what's in my car. But
Okay,
under
here's
no
the
circumstances
thing.
are you allowed to just search my car without a search warrant. I mean,
There's a
this
few
is
different ways that I
ridiculous.
can. Probable cause, okay, which I'm just asking you for
What's
verbal
the
consent.
probable cause? Can you please explain to him what the
I
probable
didn't,
cause
I didn't
was?
say there was. I
You
just
did
asked you
too.
if I could
You
look.
said I had
Look, you're just
suspicion
getting
of
defensive
narcotics.
with me for asking common questions. All right, I'm just doing my job. I'm doing what's called a patrol investigation. I made a stop for probable cause, which
Can
the
I
probable
please have a
cause was
witness,
speeding.
sir?
He is a witness.
Can you please come closer and listen? Okay, thank you.
He's recording. I'm recording. I know y'all
That
are
is
recording.
great
That's
because
fine. That's well
I'm
within your
sure
right.
there are steps to go to the station and get copies and everything of this because this is ridiculous.
Okay. Is this your wife, girlfriend,
This
friend?
is my fiance, my girlfriend,
Okay. Okay.
for 5 years.
Okay. Well, congratulations.
At this point, since the sergeant had no luck getting permission to search the vehicle, he approached Mr. Alexander's fiancée, who was inside the car during the traffic stop. The sergeant spoke with her, and she agreed to talk. They discussed the situation, but it led nowhere. It seems this was another attempt to escalate the traffic stop, as the sergeant had no real need to speak with her.
Yeah, I'm just asking you simple questions. All right. We'll just sit tight. I'll tell you
So I'm
what.
going 50 miles an hour and then you're pulling over.
Ma'am, would you be willing to step out and speak with me out here, please? Possibly less of aggressive as he is. That would be lovely. Okay. So my name's Sergeant Holyfield with the Richland Police Department. The reason you remember me? Dollar General. I'm sorry, I don't remember you. Have we ever had a negative interaction before?
I just had to call y'all for the time. I made sure it was
Okay. So when you called, did I show up and help you as best that you thought I probably could? Okay. All right. Do you have any indication of me ever being rude, ugly, too assertive, aggressive?
Not to me.
Okay.
Not
All
to
right.
me.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way, so thank you. I appreciate that. Well, look, here's the reason for the stop today, okay? I'm doing the speed limit, 45 miles per hour. He comes past me. All right, that's an indicator that he's traveling over the posted speed limit at which I was traveling. Okay, that is called probable cause for a traffic stop, okay, in which I have done. Furthermore, the window tint on the vehicle is darker than the legal limit. So there is further probable cause for a traffic stop, okay? I'm asking simple questions. Hey, how you doing? How you mom and them? Where you coming from? Where you headed to? All right, I'm not doing this to pry into your life, to have any sort of privatized information of what you're doing. I don't care.
The sergeant's inquiries were not random. He was clearly interested in finding a reason to escalate the situation. His questions about where Mr. Alexander was headed and whether he was wearing contacts were aimed at uncovering something suspicious.
What y'all are doing, okay? But I have a goal in mind, okay? He is nervous, he's breathing, his pupils are dilated, his eyes are glassy and gray, okay?
get mad.
Okay, and that's fine. So now I'm just asking him a few simple questions because now I have some indicators and I have some precursors, okay? So now I'm looking for something different.
Indeed, the sergeant shifted his focus to questioning Mr. Alexander's fiancée about their relationship, his history with the law, and any known drug use. He justified these questions by claiming he had indicators and precursors to suspect them. It was evident that the sergeant was determined to find a reason to search the vehicle.
How long have you known him?
We've been together 6 years.
Okay. Has he been arrested in the 6 years that y'all have been together?
No.
No, never in trouble or anything like that? He lives in Madison. Has he lived up there the whole time?
Yeah. Well, not the whole time. He stayed in Florida somewhere.
Okay. Is there, so that you know of, he's never been in trouble since y'all been together?
I know he's never. I
Okay.
know
So you know that? Okay. All right. I'm going to ask you the same thing. I don't know you. I'm sorry I don't remember you from Dollar General, but I come into
That's fine.
contact with 80,000 people a day on this highway. Okay, so I do apologize. Has he ever been known to you to use abuse prescription medications, smoke marijuana, any heroines, meths, anything like that? Okay, and so that's all I'm looking for. Just casual conversation. All right. There are indicators leading me up to this questioning. Okay, I'm not just saying, ooh, hey, guy in the middle of the road, breathing heavy, whatever. But there are indicators that have led me down this path, which is why I asked. So I get it. He's upset. This isn't something that people go through every day, and I hate that he feels like I'm coming at him some type of way. But there's a reason why I'm asking these questions that I'm asking. Is this his vehicle or yours?
This is his, and I can tell you, he probably like that because I'm from Simpson County, but I stay here.
Sure.
And
Here in Richland? Okay.
I'm here.
Sure.
And so, but I'm from Simpson County.
Okay.
And so when we go to Simpson County, we don't got pulled up twice. They asked him why he's with a black.
That's irrelevant.
So we like, why you pulling us over? What's the reason for you to pull us over?
Different
So
people, and
that might be why he is,
well.
you know.
So I want to remind you of this. All right, the window tint is darker than the legal limit. It's 28. The legal limit is 28%. That's along the lines of 5%. Okay. There's no way possible that from where I was, I knew he was with a black woman. I didn't even know he was a white guy. So that's irrelevant to me. Now, the fact that may have happened to you prior, I'm sorry, because frankly, that's bullshit. But I can't control what other people do. I can only control what's in my environment and encourage people to get away from that. And I'm sorry that you've experienced that. But that's not the case today, I promise you, because you passed me and the windows are so dark I can't see in the car.
Can I
So
ask you a question?
Yes, ma'am, sure.
So is it for the back or the front? Because the front is not.
Any windows. Any windows. The only exemption in the state to that are emergency vehicles, emergency services. That's the only exemption to the tint law, or having a prescription which has been acknowledged by the commissioner of the highway.
Okay, because I know that's why we bought the car. The car was already like.
And that happens. But when you sign your license, when you go to the DMV, when you sign your driver's license, you're acknowledging that you have read, understood, acknowledged, and understand all the state laws, which encompass traffic law as well. All right, for the driver's license, that's what that means. Sure, I understand. If you want to stay with them, that's fine. I don't mind. Okay. All right. Krista, you get anything back on the 31? I'm sorry that he felt that way. Sure, absolutely. As a matter of fact, you can get back in. I'm done. Sure, absolutely.
Prohibiting them from doing anything. I said you can look in my car.
Listen to me.
But they don't have the right to search my car.
Hey, listen to me. I understand, okay? And I understand how you get, I understand how you get. They don't understand. They're not.
I mean, this guy's reasonable. This guy's a fucking jerk.
They're not used to you. I am, so I know when he get like that, I can't understand. But by y'all being, by them being police officers, they're gonna do everything.
I mean, I told him you can visually look in my car if you want to look in the car, but you're not going to dig through it and search through it. No.
Well, there's a fine line between what you're telling me I can and can't do. Okay. I just asked you if I could look in your vehicle. Okay, that would encompass me looking in the center console, the cup holders and stuff. Not an invasive search. I'm not trying to go through your car and pull out your bills that you've had stuffed in your glove compartment for the past 4 years. I don't care about that. Okay, it's an invasive look into a non-invasive look into the vehicle. Unless there's something in there that would key me up to something else. Okay, well, hold on. Let me talk. Okay, let me talk. Okay, obviously I've known your fiance for a little bit and didn't realize she remembers me. I don't remember her. Okay, and we have established, the words came out of her mouth that in the interactions that we've had over the last several years when she was working here, are you still working there? No, not. We've never had a negative interaction. I do not come at people some type of way that you perceive that I am, okay? You got defensive with me for doing my job, okay? Stop, don't interrupt me again, please. I've been more than restrained and trying to be very nice to you, okay? So here's the thing. I've asked you questions and you've just been defensive with me the whole time, trying to do my job. All right, so I'm gonna ask you one more time.
No.
Do you mind if I look in your car or not?
No.
Okay, well then just sit tight. Don't go back in the car for now. All right?
With all hope lost, the sergeant returned to his patrol vehicle to call for backup and a K-9 unit. He claimed Mr. Alexander appeared very suspicious, but lacked sufficient evidence to proceed further. Essentially, the sergeant admitted to extending the traffic stop beyond what was necessary and now aimed to finalize his investigation with a canine search.
Hello. Hey, puppy.
What's up, bro?
So this guy, he's given off a lot of indicators. I mean, first and foremost, are just common, field interview questions. Just common casual conversation questions. Hey, where you headed? Where you coming from? Stuff like that. So he's throwing off indicators left and right. His pupils are dilated. His face is, and he could just be pale complected. I mean, that's not uncommon. But he's nervous. He's about to suck all the oxygen out of the planet around me. So I asked him to step out and talk to him a little bit, and it just goes downhill from here. So now, I don't have any smells. The only thing I have are behavioral indicators at this point. And his fiance, I actually remember her. Well, I don't really, but she says that we have been in contact with each other, Dollar General. So she's all right with me. She's okay with me. She likes me, but he does not. And do you think? So he's refusing search. Cool. Well within his right to do so. At this point, I don't think I have enough to call a dog, but do you see anything that I don't? Just based on the information that I'm telling you. I don't have any smells, indicators. I don't see anything in the vehicle that really keys me wanting to go further. I'm borderline that I don't have enough physical indicators in the vehicle, physical traits like any shake, anything like that. I don't have any odors. I don't have any cover smells. There's no trees hanging from the mirror or anything like that. There's no odor concealers, anything like that. All I have right now is behavioral indicators, and I mean this dude's behavioral indicators are through the roof. So it could be a substance that I can't smell. Well, yeah, I know, but I mean, I know timeline-wise, constitutionality. How long are we going to be able? What's a reasonable amount of time? Which I think we don't have a dog available, so I'm gonna have to call Pearl. He's not available. He's in McGee. That's been one of my considerations from the get-go. Is I knew ours isn't available. So I mean, at this point, I know I can. I was just gonna see if you saw something that maybe I didn't. Hey, brother. Busy?
Get out of band with my son. What's up?
Oh, I needed you wolf for a minute, but if you ain't available, that's fine.
No, I ain't anywhere around him.
No, that's all right. I got a guy stopped, and he's I don't know. I got a warm and fuzzy on it, brother, but he shut down on me and done got defensive, and I don't have any like physical indicators, but dude, his behavioral indicators are just skyrocketed, and I think there's something here. He's just shutting me down. I don't have enough. I don't think I have enough right now to go any further with it than I can. So I was looking for a dog, but it'll be all right. If he is dirty, we'll end up getting him one day, I'm sure.
He from around here?
His license address is Brandon, but he said he lives in Ridgeland. I didn't get an address. He won't talk to me. He says I'm a dickhead or I'm an asshole or whatever. He says I'm whatever. But
He's done with you.
yeah, all because I started asking him common like investigative questions like, hey man, where you coming from? Where you headed to? And he's just like, I don't have to tell you that shit. I was like, I'm just asking you some questions, fella. Because he was,
Wow.
I mean, I went up to the car, dude. He was sucking all the oxygen out of the planet. And I was like, oh boy, what do we got?
That's weird. I don't think Chloe's got a dog 10-8 right now, actually.
That's all right.
But you can call over and make sure, but I don't know if they do this early.
Yeah, I ain't gonna worry with it, dude. You're my third phone call and my third swing and miss. I'm gonna let it ride.
Yeah, sometimes it's best just to kick it.
That's right. So, all right, brother. Well, I appreciate it, man. Y'all have fun.
All right, bro.
All right, bye. All right, Mr. Alexander. Issuing you 2 citations today, 1 for speeding, 10 over, and 1 for window tint. Give you a court date of March 29th. You have on that date or up to it to pay for citations. If you pay for them prior to that date, you don't have to be in court. If you don't, you need to call ahead and let them know that you're not going to make it. They will gladly rearrange or make a payment plan if you'd rather do that. If you no call, no show, a warrant will be issued for your arrest, and we'll just come pick you up, okay? Thank you.
Mr. Alexander received citations for speeding and illegal window tints. In a YouTube video, he mentioned that the sergeant was upset because he refused a car search but offered a visual inspection. The sergeant questioned him about narcotics indicators, but unable to find a K9 unit, had to let him go. As of now, Mr. Alexander has not stated if he will pursue a complaint or legal action.